Hi, I'm Dotti Bechtol, Fiduciary Asset Business Development Officer for Fragasso Financial Advisors. I'm here today with Gregg, Fragasso's Manager of Institutional Investment Accounts. We're going to talk to Gregg today about working with nonprofits. Gregg, what's unique about working with a nonprofit as a financial advisor?
When we're working with nonprofits, we have to understand that these are organizational goals that we're talking about. So we have to understand what the mission and purpose of the organization is. We need to understand the finances of the organization, and we need to understand the structure in terms of board of trustees and executive director, and how we're going to work with them to craft the proper investment policy and lines of communication.
We hear the word fiduciary a lot in the news lately. What does that mean when you're working with a financial advisor as a trustee or a member of the board of directors of a nonprofit?
No, that's a great question. For the nonprofit organization itself, they have the trustees and the finance committee and all the members who have any say over what happens with the organization have a fiduciary responsibility to act in the best interests of that organization. As the investment advisor, we also have a fiduciary responsibility, and that translates largely into helping to make sure that the board of trustees make informed and proper decisions, with the idea being the perpetuity of the organization having to be sort of at the forefront of everybody's mind. So when a nonprofit organization comes to work with us, what they're doing is they're bringing on a co-fiduciary to share that responsibility with them, and together we put together policies and procedures that make sure that we're doing the right things both at the organizational level and at the investment management level.
Gregg, how does Fragasso handle this fiduciary responsibility and duty when we're working with our nonprofit partners?
That's a great question. So at the beginning, if we start with making sure we have a thorough understanding of the organization and its goals, the next step is to make sure we've got a very strong investment policy statement and guidelines and a spending policy that dictate what funds are to be used, how they're going to be used, what the roles and responsibilities are in terms of communication between our partner organization and us as a financial advisor, and how exactly we're going to use investment tools structured properly to help the organization achieve sustainability while accomplishing its mission over time. I think a big part of this relationship is establishing not just roles and responsibilities, but definable procedures that govern how processes are handled, that outline how the organization does its due diligence, that outline how Fragasso as an investment manager not only invests funds, but does it in accordance with that strong investment policy statement and guidelines to make sure that the organization is sustainable long term. And I think we're operating at a high level when we work together, when we understand what we're trying to accomplish, how we're doing it, paying attention to the outcomes, and communicating with each other.
Thank you, Gregg. If you'd like to have a more detailed conversation about your nonprofit, please contact us.